college graduates from Texas found jobs. That's it. The other 79% were still working for mom and dad, or waiting tables, doing the same thing that they didn't even need to go to school to do. You know, it said that many of them were even going to graduate school, because people are coming to realize that a basic degree just doesn't go very far anymore. And they just need a master's if you're going to get ahead. Although graduate schools are an all-time high enrollment rate right now, and percentage of I guess if you get a master's degree, it only improves your chances of getting a position by 7 or 8%. That's it. Yeah. But you know what? This is what caught my attention. Yeah. Okay. We'll be. And as far as this goes, here's one of the things that caught my attention. So what this article wanted to say was, it said that the 21% that were finding jobs had several characteristics in common. So the first thing that they noticed was that they interviewed very well. They held themselves well in the interview. They came off professional. They came off with a lot of self-confidence. They said that was really impressive, and that was attractive to an employer, because obviously if that person was accepted for that firm, that they knew that person would represent the company's image with confidence, competence, those kind of things. The second thing they said was that they had very strong communication skills. That they obviously they could work well with people. Of course, that was important. But more so, they said that the reason it was important wasn't just because they needed the skills, but because employers don't want to train people on how to be good at working with people. They don't want to take the time and the expense and the effort to do that. They'd much rather just bring somebody in that's already good. The third thing they said was that they had to have some meaningful job experience. They said that most of them didn't have real job experience, real corporate level type experience. That most of them, worked for mom and dad, or waited tables, or did some phone work, or worked the cash register, mowed yards, was a runner, did something like that. And the jobs where you just clock in and clock out, weren't real impressive, because anybody can do that. That's just a matter of filling the space. Anybody could fill that void in a company. But that they wanted somebody that had some corporate level experience, to where they actually had real responsibilities, where they could actually, show that they were self-disciplined, show that they were efficient, show that they were productive. That there was a position where they had an opportunity to make decisions that actually affected results. If they had a chance to take that whatever that work experience might have been, it was something that was relatable to other jobs, something that could be utilized elsewhere, and that having that experience made a big difference. If you're not accepted to work with us, highly, highly suggest just try to find something that can offer that. Try to find something that can give you those kind of skills. Because I know that, at least what excited me about this article is I know those are the things that we focus on every week at our meetings with our people. I know those are the things our people gain from our work program, whether they work with us only for the summer, or they do it during school, or they do it as a career. And I guess that was exciting. And I know that's hard to find that kind of experience out there. I hear all the time people say, how do I get that kind of experience when all those kind of jobs require experience to do them? And it is tough. Don't use that as an excuse, because there are companies like ours that do offer good experience, and are out there. You have to hunt a little harder to find them, but they are out there. You can volunteer. There's a lot of places where you can volunteer and get some good experience. Or you can also intern. Internships don't pay a lot. Sometimes don't pay anything, but they pay high in experience. And I'll tell you, that investment in yourself, even if you have to take a lower pay rate or something like that, it really pays off. It'll come back to you tenfold in the not so distant future. And I guess if you're not accepted here, ask those kind of questions. When you call in, when you go into interviews, you can ask. Just, what does your company offer? What do they have? How can I take this to use somewhere else? How's this going to benefit me personally? And if you can't answer those questions, then they probably don't have it. So it's a pretty good indicator. But here's what I want to do with you guys. I'm going to wrap up one on one. And I'm going to pass back your applications. And I'm going to have you jot down a couple things for you. And I'll give you some feedback, and at that time we'll make some final decisions, and I'll adjourn everybody one-on-one at that time. So let me pass these back. I'll show you an area of the application. Okay, Tony, there you go. Carmen. Okay, Tasha, great. Bill, okay. Don't put that on the back side for me. I'm just going to jot down a couple of quick things for me, please. Does anybody need a pen? Okay. Okay. Do you need one?
I know, they did.
Here you go. Anybody else? Now, what I want you to do is put an A at the top and put a B about halfway down the page for me. Get this stuff out of you guys, right? Put an A at the top, put a B about halfway down the page. For question A, what I'm going to have you do is just jot down the question for me. And the first question is, what 3 things impressed you most? What 3 things impressed you most? Question B, about halfway down, you'll just write the question, if accepted, what 3 things would you like to gain most? If accepted, what 3 things would you like to gain most? If accepted, what 3 things would you like to gain most? As you answer these questions, let me help you out with what I'm looking for here. I'm not looking for an English exam. Don't worry about your sentence structure or your spelling or anything like that. That's not my concern here. What I'd like to see you do is write just conversation. Write it in your own words, maybe just like you're talking to me or something like that. Use the whole sheet of paper if you need to. If you need some more paper, let me know. Take your time with it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to you guys one-on-one, and for the interest of time, because I do know that we have some time constraints, and I'll identify those here in just a second, who needs to do it first. But here's what I want to do. Take your time with these. If I stop you before you're finished, that's okay. We'll still answer the question. We'll just do it orally. Don't worry about if you're first or last. That doesn't mean anything either, okay? But let's do this. Let's spread around the different rooms so everybody take their own table. That way you don't cheat off your neighbor. Okay? Just kidding. I'll make it around with you guys, okay?